Hi, and welcome to Window Cleaning Dude. In today's episode, we're going to talk about commercial window cleaning. So maybe you've been a window cleaner for a while now, or you're just starting your window cleaning business and you're thinking about doing commercial window cleaning. And I know when I first started off cleaning windows or starting my window cleaning business, I thought, oh, all the money has to be where commercial windows are. And the reason I thought that was because the person who was teaching me window cleaning told me, how much he made in residential, but he also told me a story of a friend of his who was also a window cleaner who had landed a window cleaning job doing a commercial building. And he was going to make $5,000 on this commercial building. He had a crew of guys, and he had to pay each one of those guys, and the building was going to take 2 weeks. So when you start to break it down that way, well, $5,000 doesn't really seem like a lot when you're paying, 4 or 5 other guys for 2 weeks, plus all your liabilities. That doesn't mean that there's not good money in commercial window cleaning. There is, in fact, really good money to be made in commercial window cleaning. And although the person that I was learning about, hearing about this guy making $5,000 on a commercial building, the question, or the thing I wasn't thinking about at the time was, well, are they doing it effectively? Did they hire too many people? Are they cleaning fast enough? How good are they at window cleaning? So there's more factors involved than just how big a building is and how many people you have. It's also your procedures and your technique and what kind of equipment are you using? Are you using a water-fed pole? Are you doing it by traditional methods? My recommendation to you is to stick with low rise, and to me low rise is anything that is 3 stories and under. So I wouldn't go above 3 stories. You can, I've seen it done. I've seen a guy cleaning like an 8-story with a water-fed pole, a really long water-fed pole, but that starts to get dangerous. My advice to you is to stick with 3 stories and under, and even at 3 stories and under, you're still going to have a lot of liability. There's always a lot of liability with commercial window cleaning. Commercial window cleaning can be really good money. It just depends on the right building, size, how many windows, what kind of contract you can negotiate. Don't get me wrong, there's really good money to be made in commercial window cleaning, even though I myself prefer residential. So it is good money to do commercial, and the nice thing I do like about commercial window cleaning is that oftentimes you're only cleaning the outside and all the panes of glass are typically right next to each other, as with residential, all the windows aren't right next to each other. You're going several feet to the next window, then several feet to the next window. So it's not as quick to clean window after window. You're also cleaning the inside and the outside, which I prefer when doing residential because you make good money that way. But when you're doing commercial, I prefer actually to only have to clean the outside because there's a lot of glass right there. It's all right next to each other, and the last thing I want to do is go into a commercial building and then have to clean around the commercial space, especially if people are working. So when it comes to landing a commercial job, that's like the big question, right? Like, how do you land a commercial job? And I remember when I first started trying to land commercial jobs, I was like first I wasn't putting together anything. I was just kind of going to the place, like knocking doors like I would in residential. And I quickly found out that that doesn't work. Most commercial buildings have no soliciting, so you can't even go and knock the door. The next obstacle is, if you do get in the building, you're usually going to be talking with a receptionist and not like the person in charge of building maintenance. So then we started putting together packets explaining our service and what we wanted to offer and what we wanted to do. So I started trying that, and I started offering like a whole informational packet to give to the receptionist so they could then give it to the person in charge of window cleaning for building maintenance. The next best option, which is probably the best one, is to go into a building, talk to a receptionist, and just say, I need the information of the person in charge of building maintenance, and get their phone number and their name and their email address, maybe even a mailing address, and then leave the business and then contact them either by phone or email or direct mail, or all 3 would be even better. The more you're in front of them in their face, the more they're going to hopefully get back to you. And then the ultimate way, in my opinion, is to have the business find you. And so the way that happens is you need to have a website, and you need to be doing some form of marketing in your area, because typically when a building has need of a window cleaner, they're going to go looking for a window cleaner, and they're going to actually call up several window cleaners and then you'll be placing a bid, and you will have to send them a bid, and then they will decide on who they want, and that's usually how it happens. So I've landed many commercial jobs that way, just by having my marketing out there on my website, having like a commercial page talking about commercial window cleaning, describing my services, so that if someone's looking to have commercial, they can say, oh, this guy obviously does commercial because he has a picture on his website describing his commercial window cleaning service. And then they would contact me, and then I'd place a bid. When it comes to commercial window cleaning, I've done both traditional with squeegee and washing wand with ladders, and then I've done water-fed pole. Those have been the two methods that I've done. I actually prefer water-fed pole when cleaning commercial. I think it's the most effective use of the water-fed pole. The other thing with commercial window cleaning is almost every commercial job is probably going to have hard water damage. So with commercial window cleaning, you're definitely going to have some form of liability insurance. I have a recommendation on my website. I'm not affiliated with my recommendation, but they're the people that I use. You can go to my website, windowcleaningdude.com. They're listed on there with their address and their phone number, and you can get like $1 million coverage. Eventually, you want to probably try to get like a $2 million coverage or higher if you're going to be doing commercial all the time. And I know that just starting off as a window cleaner, it's kind of hard to get like a good liability insurance, which is why I went with this particular company. And then eventually you can go with Safeco, which is kind of like a Costco brand of liability insurance, but typically you have to be in window cleaning for a while, and I think you have to have had window cleaning insurance for at least a year before you can even apply with them. That could have changed. That might not be the case anymore, but I know that was when I looked into it. So you definitely want to get liability insurance. It's well worth it. If you're going to do commercial, they're going to ask you for liability insurance. They're going to want to see the proof. If you end up doing like large mansions, they're also going to want to see that. If you're just doing residential homes, some people will ask you, but they won't necessarily ask you to see the proof. But with commercial, it's a must-have. And as far as storefront, I'm guessing they're probably going to want to see that, although they might not, since it's such a small job. They might not ask for that. And then the other thing with commercial window cleaning that you're really going to need is a good water source. Especially if you're doing water-fed pole, you got to have constant water for that. You don't want to have to use like a tank off the back of your truck if you're doing a large commercial building. Some commercial buildings will have a traditional spigot that you can just attach your hose or whatever and get water. Others won't. Some will have where you need a water key. You can see that on my website as well, kind of water key I'm talking about for turning on the water. Some don't have any spigots at all. You might have to get water from their sprinkler system, in-ground sprinkler system, which you're going to need like a rainbird. There's just different methods for getting water at commercial buildings, and no commercial building is alike. So you're going to need to learn all the different methods and be prepared for all the different possibilities when you are getting a quote or giving a quote and talking to a customer who is going to hire you to do the commercial window cleaning. Be sure to discuss water source and where you can locate water. That's really important. You don't want to show up at the job just assuming that there's some traditional water source that you're going to be able to access and then you can't. That would be a total bummer, especially if you're using a water-fed pole, because you, like I said, with a water-fed pole you got to have a constant source of water going. Water-fed pole system is ideal. Got to have liability insurance. Plan on being able to do hard water damage. Make sure you know where the water source is coming from. Practice safety. You really want to be safe at a commercial location. You might want to get some signs, some caution signs, the ones you can flip out, like a caution, wet, slippery when wet type signs to put out. Make sure your gear is tucked away nicely so it's not in anyone's path to trip over and get hurt. And that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me the thumbs up. Please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. I'll let YouTube know that you find this channel valuable by subscribing. Give me the thumbs up and let me know you found valuable content. Ring the notification bell to get updates on new videos coming out, and please comment down below anything you want to know more about. Go to windowcleaningdude.com, learn everything I offer there. It's all free, and I will see you in the next video.